Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. Today, I'm going to be showing you the top three most proven efficient way to improve your everyday life. I personally do this and I truly believe in these methods. And above all, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm confident enough that these methods will really change you. So let's kick off with the big rock method. This is a method I super like. You could literally go online, search up what is Big Rock method. It's simply a proven method that you define your goal or your main task that you have a priority to. Like, for example, there's different priority in different time zone of your life. And maybe by like age of 13 or something, your priority could be just doing maybe middle school, slowly ready preparing for high school or looking for relationship or anything. There's always different priority and different time of your life. And in the way of big rock method is knowing which come first so you could actually spend the most attention and the most of time working towards that thing. We often have so many side distraction and like when your goal is to achieve, for example, climbing a mountain. This is your goal right here. On the way up there could be a lot of level where you stop and look around you like there's so much good view and all that, and you might have just end up relaxing and then staying at that position forever because that's what we call comfort zone. Comfort zone is great, but the thing is when you stay in your comfort zone for too long of a time, you become too comfortable and you slowly just lose your goal in mind because you realize if here was so great, was a 10 out of 10, why would I keep going more and more? And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be constantly on a perpetual race, keep on going and going and going. But what I'm trying to tell you here is if you have a big goal that you identify, don't stop halfway. Don't be too satisfied right away. You might be only halfway there, but you felt like it was feeling good. You might give yourself a quick reward. Like it's great to give yourself a quick break and a quick reward, but don't be too satisfied and obsessed with your delusional way of thinking. It's great to be delusional at the same time because you have to imagine, you have to think of how would it feel like being up here rather than here, because the view you get on the top of the peak is way different than what you get when you're on the bottom of a mountain. Have you ever gone hiking? On the way up the journey, it's gonna be harsh, it's gonna be tough. And by the time you get to the top, it's gonna feel like all worth it. And believe it or not, go for a hike just right now. And here's some statistic. A study by Harvard Business Review found that professionals who prioritize their most important tasks each day are 1.5 times more likely to consider themselves happy at work. So back to our example. When you're going on a trail, walking a trail, climbing a mountain, your task, your main task that you should prioritize and focus is going to the top if that was your first goal that you set, right? Or finishing this trail. But if you have so much side distraction throughout, like for example, you saw there was like a farm or there was like a um playground place or something throughout the trail, like whatever you could see, and you end up spending too much time on those other tasks, and then it drives you crazy, and then by the time you want to go to the top, you get so tired that you lose all your motivation and your energy and your momentum, then you won't be able to identify your goal and keep going. You're gonna end up just stopping where you at and then maybe end up walking back the other way and giving up. So it's so important for you to prioritize. Just like right now, I'm in school. I prioritize my goal, mainly my goal right now. Let me erase this. My main goal, my main essential goal right now is to graduate so I get a diploma. Well, I get that's the way of drawing it. I'm not sure. I want to get a diploma. I want to graduate, right? And at the same time, I want to pursue in the real estate career. I want to sell houses. And my priority is to be learning. I'm in a growing phase. Right now, I am learning and growing. So there is absolutely no point for me to be worried so much about, oh, whether if I'm going to ever secure a job in the future, or oh, I'm falling so behind. Someone is doing this already and doing that. My priority is grow and learn. If I simply know my goal, I literally work towards it every single day. Regardless how much distraction I get, it wouldn't even matter because I know at the end of the day, my goal is these two rather than making this big bucks already. And here's the thing, we often need to realize we should be satisfied. We need to understand the satisfaction of achieving certain thing. So you set a certain task that is achievable, and once you get it, you give yourself a reward, and which essentially turn your life into like a video game. Imagine the amount of time you play in a game that you want to level up yourself, you want to keep improving better, getting better builds and everything. Imagine you spend those in your real actual life rather than virtually. How much of a change you could make just starting now and today. So begin prioritizing your task and knowing what you want and what you need. Next is understanding your resources. I can't keep saying of how important it is, especially in today's world when there's AI all over places. And I still see people that were not willing to accept the fact that AI might be overtaking a lot of career or job or a lot of duty that could have been done by AI, and they decided to choose human resources for it. I mean, it makes sense if you believe in the older way of making work, but I'm confident enough that AI could really change a lot. Because if you simply think about this, a lot of people do coding because they often invest their time and effort into the code of generating something that could work for them. So it could really change into an asset. AI could actually become an asset. It's more than just a tool, more than just a way of making money. It could become an asset because it could generate money for you. It could do the work for you. It could actually protect your time for you because we have all these opportunity in today's world. And according to a report by McKinsey, the average worker spent about 20% of their work week managing email alone. That just email alone. Imagine you were starting a business and you have a group of people that were spending 20% of their time just doing the email response and all of this, all of that, when it could have been all automated, all systematic, and then even more efficient because you get them sent on time better, which can be significantly reduced with the use of email management tool and automation. So you could have AI involved. You could spend the amount of money that you spend on the people resources that were using for email managing their time and their salary, turn that into investing into an AI or someone that could engineer that could develop that for you. Although I might not be an expert at it, I don't have much to say, but at least that should be your essential goal that you're going towards it. And with the resources, social, you want to understand why economic is a social science. Because human, us, their scarcity, their supply and demand, we make the decision to inform of building up this economic because there's always a trade-off, something that's better, something that's worth more of someone time, and then someone want to specialize in certain tasks and be more efficient. So we got to understand the social structure and how we could utilize it. Utilize your resources around you. This is why I always tell you guys, you have to go network. And because your network is your net worth, the more people you know, the more thing comes up, you could get the answer faster and better and even more efficient. Think about time when you are struggling in school or class or anything. Who do you ask for the fastest answer? You may ask Google, that may be real fast, but sometimes the answer might not be accurate. Well, you got your teacher around you. Go ask them. Those are resources just laying out there. You got friends and family. There's so many people around us, so much resource. One thing that I was so afraid to do back in the day, or even sometime when like in certain point of my life, I was scared to ask. All you need to do is simply ask, then your life, everything will change up so fast in a matter of snap. You learn to ask, you learn it the faster. Because someone could spend a lot of amount of time in developing in certain area or industry. All you have to do is ask them and gain their time out of it. Because when you talk about your time, it's money. It's equal to money. You're basically spending your time asking someone else in return of their knowledge, which could be very valuable in terms of money if you evaluate it like that. But believe it or not, my personal experience is I learn the fastest by learning from someone else's mistake. When I go to a network opportunity or an event, I simply go ask. I ask them this, I ask them that. I ask them whatever question, whatever suggestion they give. Because when someone else is giving their opinion and telling you some sort of information or fact, you're actually learning faster because you're learning directly from them and from their past experience or maybe like 10 or 20 years that they summed up all the goodness in certain information. They all sum it all up and they give it right to you. Just imagine you consuming 20 years of experience in matter of maybe like 30-minute chat or something like that related. How valuable you think that would have been? Which why you have to utilize the resource around you. You can't just rely on yourself for everything because you have certain amount of time, attention, and limited knowledge and certain amount of resources around you. There's no way you have everything in the world. So it's best to ask and utilize resource around you. Last but not least, this I'd say is probably the best, most efficient way, but it's the most dangerous way to use. Sometimes when you're feeling so tired, like you're stuck at some point, or you just feel like you're so far away from your goal and you're not there, simply just stop. Just stop with whatever you are doing. Oh, just simply take a break. That's the best productivity hack I have ever heard. And I've tried to use this myself. As sometimes it's better to take break, reset, and jump right back into what you need to do. It's okay to take break, like I say, like you climbing a mountain or walking the trail. There's always great time that you should take quick short break, let yourself reheal, and then get back in the mode, get back in the shape. Because there's no way your life just always go up on a trend like this. There's obviously time is like this. That's how should be a normal, regular growing curve should look like. Because it's supposed to be you have ups and downs and then steady growth rather than just accelerating in growth, and which why I hate it now to have acceleration. I mean, not acceleration. I hate it exponential growth nowadays because exponential growth will lead to so much downside right afterward. Once you're done with the exponential growth, your body starts to feel so tired afterward because you're simply burning out everything. You're giving out everything you got. But sometimes you need those time because that's the way how you reach the next level. Like in here, you could see there's a lot of different level throughout your learning curve. In the beginning, always gonna feel fast and you're energetic and ready when you learn something new or something that you discover new that you want to spend more time into it, which is why you get this time when your curve is going upward on an uptrend because you're simply enjoying what you just discovered and found. That's like what everyone is. You have the passion for the moment you discover that thing. But slowly you're gonna realize how come it's not working now? Why is it not like going the way how I wanted right away, right? But you have to know it's part of the game. It's part of the learning curve. You won't reach a certain point. You won't reach this point in matter of like 1 days or whatever. It takes time over time to build up, and you need your skill and your knowledge, your value to go slowly build up over time. You're gonna have to make some mistake. You're gonna have to fail sometime. You're gonna have to lose some opportunity, missing out on some, but you will get some reward. There's always a trade-off, like I said. So you simply take break when you're feeling so exhausted and tired, because if you don't take break, you're moving like in a flat line. You'll be going like this and whoop go down afterward, because you're gonna give up or tend to think that this is just not it. This is too harsh. But sometimes take a step back from the thing and then come back on the next day. You might have a different thought. That's what I do on a lot of stuff. Like, example, if I were out there running real estate every single day, I think I would have been burned out along with doing school together, because I simply can't handle that much of a pressure. If I got exam coming up and then I still got to go out there hustle for talking to a client, whatever. Like, I have to understand my priority, right? I have to do school first because I have to graduate, obviously. So I simply understand my priority, and then I learn to take break from it. So this week itself, I actually went to show less of the houses. I actually spent less time on real estate. I was catching up more on the schoolwork and learning and self-developing. And I recognize it, how a lot of time we should just take break on certain thing and then jump right back in afterward. There's no point for me to keep going out there doing this all this work when I'm so tired and drained down. I'm not even putting in 90% of the effort. If I'm putting less than 90% of the effort, why should I even go out there and do that thing? That's why I should simply question myself. Like, why don't I just take a quick break, do what I need to do, prioritize the schoolwork first, so I lighten the amount of work I have, and then focus what I need to do. And then later I jump back into that real estate field industry. I keep going and striving for more when I have more time. Like, I have to understand my priority, and then understand my position at the moment, and then how I value it, utilizing resources that I could help me efficient everything, and essentially just stop when you need to. That's how you keep up a highest efficiency every single day. It's okay you miss out 1 day or two. Don't miss out forever. Don't quit because you felt like you've been stuck at a certain point. Simply take a break, just stop and come back to it. And trust me, next time you will learn more, and it will be better, and it will be easier. And if you guys like these, comment down below, subscribe, follow me for more. Let me know what you guys think of it for more motivation to keep going. And that's a wrap.